This is a capstone project about Walmart, recommendations for the company. Recommendations include the macro environment, the five forces model of competition, the global segment, industry entry barriers, assessment, internal analysis including tangible and intangible resources, capabilities, core competencies, distinctive competence and criteria test, and finally, relevant key financial ratios. The macro environment. Walmart's macro environment looks at its pestle analysis, which found that as the top leader of the global retail industry, it must continue to recognize and respond to political, economic, sociocultural, technological, legal, and ecological factors that can equally affect the company's future growth. It faces political pressure from workers for higher wages. It has support for future growth based on consumers continuing to choose the company for shopping. Recommendation: continue expansion into developing countries, especially in countries where supply chain already exists, and raise minimum wages to the federal level. The Five Forces Model. When considering Porter's Five Forces model of competition, Walmart shows strength in keeping away its competition when considering its response to new entrants. However, there is a very high level of threat of substitution from its competitors, where it must continue to respond to the bargaining power of both suppliers and buyers. The recommendation for Walmart is to use automation technology to improve the supply chain and use savings to lower prices further. The global segment. Walmart's global segmentation includes targets to low and middle income consumers in both rural and urban areas. Although mostly Gen X consumers shop at Walmart, the company is expanding its marketing towards Gen Z, especially on social media platforms. Walmart's business model tries to include all age groups, all geographical locations, but it is seen as a lowest price retailer, not a luxury goods business model. Recommendation for Walmart is use Gen Z influencers to create new luxury-like merchandise with new brand connections and advertise on social media platforms. Industry entry barriers. Walmart's industry entry barriers include lack of existing infrastructure that includes fourth industrial revolution level technology. Lack of capital to expand into countries that are still developing is also a key reason that could limit future growth or expansion. Recommendation: reconsider reopening closed stores in the United States now that the Inflation Reduction Act is expanding access to broadband technology in rural communities, and use the new brick-and-mortar stores as supply chain hubs. Internal analysis, tangible and intangible resources. The company's tangible resources are the brick-and-mortar stores, current financial assets, and their technology. Intangible resources include their brand value as the leader in low cost. Recommendation: use Walmart's brand value to create partnerships with other companies to create food courts inside existing stores in the United States to capture the market share lost by shopping mall closures, which will increase store traffic. Internal analysis capabilities. Capabilities for Walmart include both online and in-store consumer choices, large and loyal consumer base, selling lowest price, and high levels of customer service. Recommendation: add virtual reality and augmented reality dressing rooms to connect brick-and-mortar shoppers to online shopping opportunities, and use machine learning to increase shopping bag selections for each individual customer style choices. Internal analysis, core competencies, and distinctive competence. Walmart's core competencies and distinctive competence are buying power, supply chain management, and a high culture of the customer as value. Recommendation: repair the damaged perception that employees are not valued by creating a new pay scale that takes all associates to at least $15 an hour to promote the value of people as its new core competency. Internal analysis criteria test. Finally, its criteria test must include future changes to existing business focus to shift value onto employees over supply chain and other factors that might benefit investors but devalue Walmart's dedicated staff. Recommendation: follow Patagonia's idea to highlight employees in its advertising and show consumers that Walmart is shifting from a fixation on low prices to a fixation of people and planet, which matches its own corporate sustainability goals. Relevant key financial ratios. Conclusion: even though a global pandemic directly disrupted supply chains, Walmart continues to have top sales in the United States despite current high inflation. Based on the macroeconomic, industry, and company-specific evidence, we estimate that the growth trend will continue and should reach 7% as it continues to grow its omni-channel sales and stays committed to its sustainability goals, which will continue to attract Gen Z consumer groups who shop at retailers who practice corporate social responsibility. Walmart was able to practice just-in-time inventory methods that keep its in-store inventories at a minimum and allow consumers to purchase online and get direct mail customer service. And finally, Walmart has a history of strong assets and debt management, as seen by their achieving the top spot in the retail marketplace while continuing to stay committed to their goal of low prices.